Hi Flosstube, this is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. I'm kind of jumpy this morning. I woke up with a major migraine, so I took the kind of headache relief that has caffeine in it, and because it was such a big, painful migraine, I took a little bit extra, and I'm not used to caffeine. Unlike many of you out there, I don't drink coffee or tea or caffeinated beverages, so when I do take caffeine, like for a migraine, it affects me. So I'm a little and let's see, this morning I just got back from dropping off my oldest, Zaylee. She's 12. She is going with the youth group in our ward or congregation on a camp out, and she won't be back until she'll be gone for 3 days. This is the longest she's been away from home, away from the family. So on top of my caffeine jitters, I have anxious mommy jitters, and the medication, like the pain relief part of it, is starting to wear off, so my headache is coming back. So the caffeine is up there, the pain relief is going down, the anxious mom is way up high, so this should be an interesting video. Yeah. I didn't make notes. Let's see, today is June 14th, 2018. I don't know what number of Flosstube this is because I don't keep track until I save the video and upload it, and then I'm like, oh, that's how many I've done. Wow, that's cool. I am this close to having 250 subscribers, so I need to think about what exactly am I making for a giveaway prize. There will be a project bag involved, and I don't know what else yet. Maybe it will just be a surprise. It'll be a surprise for me. I don't know what it is yet. Gosh, I'm weird when I've had caffeine. And I'm not going to apologize because this is me, this is real. This is me on caffeine and anxious mommy hormones. Okay, jumping right into whips. I have worked on quite a few things since my last update video 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to list them in any particular order, I'll just kind of go through them. I spent a day working on Dolphin Sketch. I am on page 2, and this time I filled in, I was working on this color right here, so I had like a couple rows down here, and so I just filled all that part in. So that was my progress on Dolphin Sketch. Off you go. I spent a day working on While Lilies Flourish. That is this piece that I designed. And that day I put in the roof of the house. So let's show that. This is how far I've got on that. Not a whole lot of progress on this one. Like I said, that was only one day. Alright. I worked on the black work tangram. I'm not going to show the pattern, but I finished the first block and I'm about a third of the way done with the second block. Maybe almost halfway done with the second block. This one's it's a really pretty design. It's a little bit more complicated than this one, obviously. But when I get this out to work on it, I do enjoy it. That's fun. Let's see, I spent 2 days working on Chalkboard Mandala by Ink Circles. And I'm doing this on 32 count lambswool Jobelin with J&P Coats variegated floss, a yellow and orange variegation. Last time I had the inner part completely done, and I I had, I think I had finished this part of the banner outside, and so in 2 days I finished the outside of this circle. So that is, that's this center part. And I'm putting this away for a little while to work on other things, because, there we go, because this is a good stopping place. And when I pick it up again, I can start working on the outside part. Alright, let's see. I didn't talk about the fabrics I'm using for the other ones. Oh well, I've talked about all of them before in previous videos. Let's see, what else am I working on? Oh, yeah, I'll do that one later. Okay, I put in a couple days on Springtime Sampler, another one of my designs available in my Etsy shop. And I have completed the birdhouse, and I love it. It's adorable, and I brought the border down a little bit more. The vine of the border, I haven't done the flowers all the way down, but isn't that just the sweetest little birdhouse? I love these designs, these little seasonal birdhouse samplers. They're so cute. So that got a couple days work. All right, the Great Biscornu Swap, hosted by, or created by, Jennifer Upton. The second round has begun. I have my assigned person that I'm going to be gifting a Biscornu to, and I have started my Biscornu. The theme is beach, and I realized there's kind of not too much of a point in not showing my Biscornu progress, because the person doesn't know that it's for them, because it's a, you know, a secret swap thing. So they don't know until they receive it who has made them their Biscornu. And I don't even know if this person watches my Flosstube anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and show progress. I'm not going to show the whole pattern, but as I make progress on the Biscornu, I will go ahead and show it, because it's super cute. So I'll fold it in half and show half at a time. This is part of the front half, and it's got these little beach huts in each corner, and each one is a little bit different. So there's this one, and this one, and here, there we go, here, and here, and I love them so much. See, like, finger for comparison, these are tiny little beach huts. They're so cute. And then on the other side, I've got tiny little sand castles, and they are so cute too. They're also, you know, the size of my fingernail. So this is shaping up to be just super cute, super awesome. I'm having a lot of fun working on that. It is 1/1 on 22 count Hardanger, and this is one of the fabrics that I got from Carol Sfera. Thank you, Carol. And I showed that a couple videos ago. So that is my beach Biscornu. Let's see, the other thing I worked on quite a bit in the past few weeks was the Saxon Transylvania band sampler. If you'll remember, there is a Saxon band sampler sale going on, and I'm going to link the Facebook group below. And that is of these patterns available in my Etsy shop, the Saxon Transylvania band sampler and Ye Old band sampler. And I'm going to be stitching them like this, side by side, on one big piece of fabric. This was my stitch with me last week, and I'm just working on, am I getting this right? Yeah, this upper part right here. And here's what I've got so far. Isn't it gorgeous? I am super loving how this is turning out. It's very intricate, very pretty. The solid green is DMC 520, and the variegated green, tan, blue, big unwieldy thing. It's gonna let me grab the thing. I said what it is in my stitch with me. It's DMC variegated 4065. It's tan and blue and green, and just some beautiful variegation. I have some other variegated flosses that I'm planning on using as well throughout the sampler. Let's see. So I've got DMC 4045, DMC 4145, DMC 4066, and 2 dinky dyes with a little bit of variegation. That's just beautiful. This one says Matilda, and this one is Acacia. So that's going to be just really pretty. And like I said, I'm doing them side by side. So what I'm going to do is, get a good portion of this part done here, and then move over to this part and fill in about that much of Yield band sampler. And then I'll roll down to the next part. This is my homemade scroll frame. I don't know if you could tell it's homemade. I mean, it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? This is just PVC pipe. It was a 60-inch piece that I cut in half, and then the end pieces are it's foam core, 2 layers, and then I wrapped it in this pretty peach-colored duct tape and cut holes in it for the rods to go through. And I rolled it up and stuck them in there, and now I have this scroll rod. The tension obviously is not very tight. I can tighten it a bit. I can make it tighter. But since I stitch in hand, I'm used to kind of low tension. I'm used to floppy fabric, so the tension doesn't bother me. Basically, I just needed something to keep all this extra fabric out of my way. It would be really hard to stitch in hand on a piece of fabric that's like, how big was it? 27 inches wide and 36 inches long. So that's a big piece of fabric. So that's why I have the scroll frame. So that is my progress on Saxon Band Sampler. Okay, today is the 14th, as I mentioned, and that means the FIFA World Cup has begun, and I am participating. So I thought that I would quickly run through my plans. June 14th, the host country is Russia, so work on something Russian or with the colors of the Russian flag, like red, white, blue. I'm going to be working on the Beach Biscornu because it has red and white and blue in it. I was going to do something else, but I didn't feel like starting something new right now. Let's see. Day 15, soccer ball. So stitch something black and white. Let me see. I'm going to work on Pokemon ABCs because all of the letters are black and white. And that, let's see. I have a big pile of unorganized patterns and projects. So this is how far I am on that, so I'm going to work on that some more. 16th, goal. So set and meet a goal. And on that day, once again, I will be working on Pokemon ABCs, and I will also be working on Minecraft ABCs, and my goal will be to complete one motif on each of these. So I just showed you Pokemon, and now I will show you what I've got. This is how far I am on Minecraft ABCs. So I might come over and finish this diamond for D or start a completely new one, I don't know. But complete one motif on each of those. All right, the 17th, FIFA. I don't know what it stands for, but the challenge is to stitch on something featuring the letters F, I, or A, and I will be working on While Lilies Flourish, which I already showed you, because flourish starts with an F. Let's see, on the 18th, 8 champions. In the course of the history of the World Cup, only 8 teams have won. So stitch something related to the number 8, and I will be working on dolphin sketch because there are 8 pages in that pattern. Day 19, yellow card. I'm going to stitch on spring house. Spring house, because the house is yellow. Right, off you go. Day 20, corner kick. Work on something that you started in the corner, and I will be working on my Saxon band samplers. Day, the 21st, this is the 21st World Cup. I really had trouble with this one, but eventually I was able to make roses on white chair fit in there, because if you count spaces between the letters, there are 21 characters in the name of the designer, Fabrice de Villeneuve. So this is my dimensions kit. This is my oldest whip. I started this in either late December or I think January, and haven't worked on it in a really long time. So that will be getting some love on the 21st. Oh, I didn't bring this one out. The 22nd, the World Cup is about football. It's called football everywhere except the United States, where it's called soccer, but the theme was stitch something related to football. It could be soccer, or international football. It could be American football. It could be something related to a foot, something related to a ball. And I'm going to be working on fanciful birds. And I didn't bring it with me, but the birds have feet, so it fits. Let's see. The 23rd, the defending champions are Germany, and so stitch something related to Germany, or black, red, and gold, which are the colors of the German flag, and I'm going to be working on While Lilies Flourish because it has red and gold, and the dark brown 3371, which is really close to black. So the 24th of June, trophy. Work on something dealing with award, gold, or cup, and I'm going to be working on summer house because there are little splotches, I think they're little bits of pollen floating around the air, but those are done in Crynic. Here's what I've got so far. And so they're shiny, and I'm going to use like a gold Crynic for that. Let's see. Red card. That's the 25th, so stitch something with red. Here's where I show one of my new patterns. I finished Wintertime Sampler and printed it out, and this is what I will be working on the 25th, because the poinsettias and the cardinal and some of the lettering is in red. So there's a lot of red in this piece. That fits red card. Isn't it so cute? I think this may be one of my, I did 4 of these samplers, these seasonal samplers. This one might be my favorite, except that all the others are also my favorite because I love them all. But I love cardinals, and I love how these little guys turned out. Super cute. Okay. The 26th, 11 team members in soccer, or football, as it's known everywhere else except for us rebels here in the States. There are 11 players out on the field at a time. So stitch something related to 11. And I'm going to work on my autumn time sampler. because there are 11 leaves floating in the air. Well, falling through the air, but there's 11 of them. I think this one is my oldest daughter's favorite because she likes kind of spooky, creepy things. And this isn't like super spooky, Halloween-y, but it is a little bit like that little house. So, okay. The 27th, Zabivaka, the wolf mascot of the 2018 game. So stitch on something with an animal, and I will be working on Wild Lilies Flourish because there's animal motifs all over that thing. And the 28th, there are 32 teams competing this year, so I'm going to work on Springtime Sampler because there are 32 flowers in the outside portion of the border. Okay, and that's my World Cup plans. That's what I'll be doing for the next couple weeks. Let's see, just a couple more things to show. This is going to be a short one today, which is good because I have a headache. I wanted to show, I got some Stitchy Kindness. Jennifer Upton, I mentioned her before. She recently went through her stash and got rid of a bunch of stuff, put a bunch of stuff on stash unload. But she sent me a surprise. I didn't know she was sending it to me, but she sent me this this book, Ann Orr's Charted Designs. Over 200 charted designs, including 100 motifs in full color. So Ann Orr was a designer between 1910 and 1945. And so historic patterns, I'm all over that. Jennifer saw this bird on the front and knew that that would speak to me, and yes, I will be stitching that at some point, because how could you not? So it's a lot of black and white pictures. Look at this. Don't be a parrot at the phone. Just a lot of cute little things. Accept the water, boiling bee, filling the pot spoils the tea. I think that's cute. And there's some alphabets. There's a little bit in color, see? But it doesn't give like specific numbers, you know, like DMC, whatever. It just says, okay, this symbol is blue, this symbol is yellow, this symbol is white. So it's kind of, you know, up to your own discretion what colors to use. I love this page. Look, he's helping her wind her thread or her yarn or whatever she's working on. Isn't that so sweet? Now that is courtship. Love it. But, so it's really up to the person stitching to decide what colors to use, how to make it look. So thank you, Jen. I'm really excited about this book. That will be a lot of fun. And I ordered the Sampler Motif book by Brenda Keyes. I loved her traditional samplers book so much that I knew I just had to get another one of her books. So this has a variety of small projects and just lots of little motif patterns and suggestions on ways to use motif patterns and stitched motifs and stuff. Like a sampler motif guitar strap, or let's see, what other fun stuff are there? A checkbook cover, a bookmark, pillowcase, a box lid. So yeah, just lots of fun little motifs and ways to use them. I'm gonna have fun with that. Again, that is the Sampler Motifs, the Sampler Motif book by Brenda Keyes. There we go. Okay. Last thing I have to show is my knitting. If you remember, I am working on the Feather and Fan Shawl by Lion Brand Yarn. and I'm using a shawl and a cake, and I don't remember the colorway, but it is grays and purples. And last time I had gotten about this much done, and I doubled that in the past couple weeks. So here it is so far. I am really close to being done. It's beautiful. It looks very intricate and lacy. So I'm just still having a lot of fun with this. Just a few more inches and it will be long enough to bind off. So this should be done by the next update video. Unless I think of something else to spend my time on, I don't know. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. My jitters are down. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna, no wait, I had one shout out that I wanted to do and I didn't write it down, so I have to look it up. Two shout outs. Hang on. Come on. Okay. Teresa Craig. She is Australian, and I just found her, and she is bubbly, cute, happy, and so much fun to watch. And and I love her projects. She just finished a really big, well, not like huge, but a pretty big sized sampler, and it's really pretty. So go check out Teresa Craig. And then I want to get this next one right. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Where are you? River Stitcher Bland. She is, I think she's in Great Britain, and she does very short videos, but she's such a sweetheart, and again, very pretty projects. So go show her some love. And both Teresa Craig and River Stitcher Bland will be linked below. And that is, I believe, all that I have. So have a great week. I'll see you next week for my Stitch With Me video, and happy stitching! Bye.